Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, sir. Oh, Scott Howard. Hello, Scott. Didn't expect to see you there, sir.
Do you get that one?
No.
You get it? Do you know who Scott Howard is? Who's Scott Howard?
I don't know.
Come on, JJ. He's a very he's a famous werewolf. Scott Howard is a famous werewolf.
Oh, famous?
Michael J. Fox's character in Teen Wolf.
Man, I haven't seen that movie since like 1987.
God, Scott Howard, come on!
Is that you better not be teasing your movie already.
No, my Teen Wolf is not it's a good werewolf movie.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite. That's your favorite.
favorite.
I actually watched I watched the first maybe half of that about 6 months ago. I think it was either on Amazon or on I don't know, one of those streaming services.
Watch again. I had to turn off real quick.
Oh, I think I watched I think I watched about the first half of Teen Wolf several months ago. Maybe it was I don't know, like 6 months ago. So I have actually seen it more recently.
Old movie?
Yeah.
We watched it with the kids. I don't know, like last year before, and there's some parts in there that we were like, yikes. The kids watch this.
The bathroom transition scene is a little bit like oh,
well, there's the scene where Alex was younger than he is now, and there's the scene where he goes in and the popular girl.
We have a schedule, Deacon. We have a schedule.
We need to take 5 minutes to talk. So that's what Scott Howard is. He's a good Teen Wolf is not going to be on our scary werewolf movies, I hope.
No? All right.
It's a good movie. I mean, it's a great one.
Yeah, I never watched. There was like an MTV reboot or whatever. I never watched that. Jason Bateman was in the sequel, and
yeah.
Not as good. I mean, I like Jason Bateman, but it was not as good. The original Teen Wolf, though, that was like, especially back in the day, that was just like, oh,
Have
this
they
is crazy.
done anything new with the Teen Wolf? I don't know. I don't know if they have.
Well, they did that MTV series. I think it was on MTV.
Maybe that's
I don't know. That is literally the extent I knew about it, because I was like, oh, MTV's doing a reboot of Teen Wolf, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense because you guys don't have any ideas.
Yeah, no one has any fucking original ideas anymore.
No ideas. I guess ideas just stopped around
1998, 94. Yeah, somewhere in the mid 90s.
It just became recycle.
That's funny. You're right. That's all it is. It's just recycle.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I am JJW. That is Deacon. And every morning between 6:30 and 7:30, we're here being your two dads. And we're going to talk about news, politics, coffee, I don't know, opinion, stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, like, share the video. The only way that, listen, this is important. The only way that we're going to be able to successfully inflate my sense of self-importance and ego is if I get you guys to share this show to get more people to show up. And then I will feel so good about myself. And that's pretty much the goal here, right?
The goal is for you to increase your narcissism.
Yeah. I'm trying to inflate. I got the bicycle pump over here, and I'm trying to just inflate my sense of self-importance. And I'd like your assistance on that. So if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. All right.
What my goal is.
What's your goal?
I don't have a lot of goals in life.
Deacon, you show up so you get some chuckles in the morning, because otherwise you'll just be like in your room by yourself on the air and then grumbling at people.
That's what. Yeah, I know. I live a very grumbly life.
Grumbly. So you're here to get the occasional dose of amusement. Okay. Can't promise any today though. See, that's it. Hey, I know you had a rough morning.
Yeah. My medicine's messing with me.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I gotta freaking take it.
Okay, so my wife and I were asleep and woke up at like 5 o'clock, and we both rolled over and like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, we'll sleep. And we'll sleep a little bit more, and then because it's got down to 47 degrees in Texas.
Oh, it's 29 in Kentucky this morning.
The heater kicked on. The heater, which hasn't kicked on in a year, and it started cooking up the dust on something.
Oh, and that smell.
Sent off the fire alarms, and we got to bed. I'm like, oh shit!
Really?
And our kids are like screaming from dead of sleep. All the fire alarms are going off. The kids are screaming and afraid. My dog is cowering and shaking, and I'm going through the house pushing all the damn buttons. Like, which one of these fucking things is beeping?
That's great.
So my entire family was up at about 5:10. and I got them all down, and I got the kids. I was like, guys, it's okay. I know it's just, can you smell the aroma of burnt dust? That's what happened. Everything's calm down, back in bed, go back to sleep, because daddy has to do his show and make himself feel good about himself.
That's hilarious. No, it's our heater has been on for a little while. It'll kick on here in Kentucky. It is 28 degrees right now, but we don't have any wind. Well, we have a 10-mile-an-hour wind. Our wind always kicks in October and November here, and we get some tornadoes and stuff. And we're in Tornado Alley now, and it gets pretty bad. I think they're saying that the peak foliage is going to be in the 1st of November, so we should see our winds about that time. They start getting nasty the end of October, November.
Peak foliage.
Peak foliage. Foliage. The pretty colors of the trees. The trees. The foliage on trees. And
okay. So that's what that means when it turns yellow and orange.
Well, foliage is just the stuff that grows on the plants, and then
but I mean, are you talking about it like changing colors?
Changing colors. Yeah, around our area, that's a big. I always tell people, if you've never been to Western Kentucky and you're like, I would like to visit Western Kentucky, please come around this time of the year. Please come about the middle of October to like the middle of November. If we don't have snow, it is so beautiful around here. The trees and it's breathtakingly beautiful around here. Love it. Hey, I got something entertaining to show you this morning.
Oh, okay. All
This
right.
is brand spanking new. It just came to me this morning. When I saw this.
Oh, yes. Right. Okay.
Ashley sent this to me this morning, and I watched it. And it's a couple of minutes, so I need to take 2 minutes.
All right. Make sure it's full screen. I'm ready when you are. I'll shift it. I'll shift it to full screen.
I'm trying to find the dang. Okay, there it is up here. And when she sent it to me this morning, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, JJ's got to watch this. This is great." I don't know who this lady is. Who is this lady?
Oh, are you talking about?
Kari, it's Kari.
No. Don't play that. Don't play that. We'll do
Not
that.
yet?
We'll do that. No, we'll do it. But we're gonna get to it because I'm gonna use that as a transition to another segment.
Oh, okay.
We will play it. We will play the whole thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you who that is in a minute. And let me start right here. You like her, don't you?
She's not. Yeah. Well, I like what she said there.
Yeah. She's. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
I don't know if I like her, but I like what she said.
Well, based entirely only on what you saw.
If only on what I've seen about this so far, yeah, I like her.
Yeah, right. Okay. I'm going to tell you who that is in a minute. I thought you knew who it was. You sent it to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, of course." All right. We will use that to get through a segment a little bit later. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Look, I have an agenda, bro. I got an agenda, and it's half of it's your agenda. I got your James story. I got your Bill story. I got a little CDC something. We got a little bit of politics, and then we're gonna do werewolves. Okay, that's the.
I have been trying to get you to go on a schedule for 2 months, and the one fucking day that I take charge and try to do something, you've made a goddamn schedule, and we've got to fucking follow it.
Notes.
So,
I got notes. Well, I know. Well, listen, the reason is because somebody on, yesterday, what did we talk about? We talked about screamers, right? We talked about horror movies and stuff. And somebody was like, "You should have put the links into the show notes." And I was like, "Fuck, I know." It's like, but it's more work for me. So I'm now collecting all the links from our show notes, and I'm posting it on the locals. When I post the show, I post all the show notes for local subscribers. So that's what I'm doing. All right.
We got to stay in order now.
Well, I try to get them in order to whatever we do on the show. So if we do it out of order, then I got to go fix it. And those will be up right after the show.
Okay.
I know. Right. Okay. First
all
story.
He's being a butt.
Okay. I would. JJ was wrong.
So much for the spontaneity of the freaking.
I know. Did I pee on your parade? I'm sorry. Oh, no.
It's not a big deal. Let's go.
Who the F is James Gordon? Why is this in here? What's up with James Gordon? James Gordon branded a tiny cretin of a man and banned from a New York City restaurant over alleged treatment of staff. Deacon, you put this in the show notes. I think I've seen this dude on TV one time. I don't know who this is. Who is this? And why does anybody care about this? Oh, he's on the air. James Gordon has been branded a tiny cretin of a man and banned from New York restaurant Balthazar over his alleged treatment of the staff. Keith McNally, a New York City restaurateur and owner of the restaurant, shared his decision on Instagram on Monday, where he shared a photo of the comedian and wrote, quote, "James Gordon is a hugely gifted comedian,
Corden.
but a tiny... Corden?
Corden with a C.
What are you saying? James...
no, it's Corden.
James
Corden.
You
know who this guy is?
I don't know who this dude
is. Fuck, let me read the goddamn story then.
Read it. I threw it to you, and then I looked up, and I'm like, oh, he's doing radio.
Computer is locked up. Yeah, I've got actual, like, my paid stuff.
I mean, like, is he one of those late night dudes or something?
He's a late night guy. He's from England, and he does all of these freaking videos on, I don't know what the hell's wrong with my fucking computer this morning. He does all these videos. He'll put them on YouTube that the kids started getting me to watch. And that's how I became first introduced to him, is the kids would watch the videos on YouTube. And I guess they come from his show, his late night show. And he will get in, what's it called? It's like riding. It's not riding in cars with coffee. That's Jerry Seinfeld. But it's like car karaoke or something. Have you never seen that with him?
Maybe
he drives the car. I think they've proven that he doesn't drive the car. He's on like a fucking trailer the whole time.
Yeah,
but he drives the car while a celebrity or somebody sits in the passenger seats and whatnot, and they just drive around singing that person's songs or songs. And like, they're really good. They're really freaking entertaining. I have to say, they are very entertaining. He does like we just watched one not too long ago with the Foo Fighters. Like the whole Foo Fighters are in the car with him and they're singing their songs and talking and and it's actually an entertaining bit. It's an entertaining segment and a very entertaining bit. But this guy, James Corden, and this is not the first time I've heard about this. Supposedly, he is a very nasty man, even though he's like a funny comedian on the TV. And that we are getting so much proof about how these people really are. These people that we put up on a fucking pedestal and think that they are the greatest people because they're so funny and they make us laugh. And then we find out from real people that like James Corden and Ellen DeGeneres and people like this are pieces of shit human beings. You know? And so when I read this yesterday, and basically what happened is he went into the can I not is it not going to let me read the whole story unless I sign up for the thing? I was able to read the whole story yesterday.
I'm not. I don't have the independent newsletter or whatever. And
click here. Let me I think I've got it up here.
You share your screen. You share it.
Oh, it says register to continue reading. I didn't have to register to continue reading. So basically what it was on my phone was he was in a restaurant and it was like it wasn't the first time that he was rude in this restaurant. And his wife had come in, him and his wife had come into this restaurant and she had ordered like some kind of omelet with some fancy fucking cheese and whatnot. And when it got to her table, it had a little bit of egg white in it, just a tiny bit of egg white. And he threw his fucking shit. You know, he went fucking crazy.
Right.
And they apologized and remade the fucking omelet. But when they remade the omelet, the chef did not send out the salad with the omelet that she ordered. He sent out the home fries that were normally with it. And he flipped his fucking lid and just went ballistic in this restaurant.
I can't
on the server. The manager came over and was very apologetic to him and gave him all this bullshit for free. And then he was like, I think you need to take care of these drinks and I think you need to do this and blah, blah, blah. So they finally just, the restaurant manager came out and was like, you know what? Don't come back. You're not allowed back in our restaurant. The little server that you berated had to fucking, you know, she's a professional. She
crying probably in the back,
hauling her ass off, and she sucked it up and finished her shift. So just when something comes out like this about celebrities that we all kind of admire or people admire because they're funny, you know, I know a lot of assholes in this world that are fucking got real quick wit. You know, I've worked with plenty of radio professionals that are very quick people, very funny and very quick, but they are fucking cocksuckers, man. They are pieces of shit. You know, you wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. So this doesn't surprise me. When stuff comes up like this, I like to point this crap out. Look what a piece of crap this guy is. Quit watching.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, the kind of people that are successful on television, right? Television is a whole produced thing. Produced, edited, and you have to put on this act every single day. So the kind of people that are able to put on this act, you know, that's whatever kind of skill set that is, it has a lot to do with, like, I don't know, some sociopathy or something. And you're just you're creating a shell all the time to present to people. And then like you too much stress or whatever. And that shit cracks and turns out you're actually a crappy human. Yeah. That's why you can't do an authentic, I'm live right now on the air, live show. I've got all my flaws and occasionally I'm funny or whatever. But the reason that anybody's watching this is because we're like being honest and authentic and not faking a bunch of stuff.
That's why our show, look, I'm turning into fucking JJW.
Do it.
That is why our show is one of the most authentic shows out there, because
that's right.
The only place that you will get real human beings like Drew Deacon down here that will flip his fucking lid over a comment and yank his fucking camera off. Where else you gonna find that? That's real.
I'm done with the show today. Yeah, right. It happens.
We're all human beings, and there's only been one perfect person, in my opinion, that's ever been born on this planet. So we are all going to make mistakes, and we all make mistakes, and we all have bad freaking days, and we all just lose our shit sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was telling my daughter that one day, not too long ago. She's having a bad day, and she was crying. I'm like, cry? You don't have to not cry. Cry. Feel bad. Freaking do it. Why are you not trying to feel bad? Feel bad for a minute. Just accept it. I feel like shit. And then get over it. All right.
That's honestly that and we've talked about this before. That gives you a sort of flexibility, emotional flexibility to be able to like go down and then recover. And women have a lot more of this flexibility than men do in terms of being able to just I'll just stop and cry and get it out. And then then afterwards they are able to have so much kind of resolve and, like suck it up and do whatever they have to do to whatever the task is, whatever they're upset about. They go through that little period, whereas men often fight it off because like when they're trying to front or whatever. And, that's a weakness on my part. Cause like I cried like 4 times since I've been married, and 2 of those were people dying.
So, no, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not like that. I had to accept and it hasn't been that long. It really hasn't been that long that I've had to accept the quality about myself that I always tried to suppress, and is that I am an emotional person. I just am. I can make myself cry. If I think about it, I'm one of those people that if I'm, there's a scene in the Christmas Carol coming up. I'm Bob Cratchit. So there's the scene in the Christmas Carol.
Yes. How's that going?
We haven't even started rehearsing yet, but I've got my script and I've been reading through my stuff. But there's a scene, and when the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come takes Scrooge to the future and Tiny Tim has died and Bob Cratchit is there talking about his son or whatnot. So there's that scene, and when I was reading through that scene, I can feel my tears coming up in my eyes. And so I was telling my daughter, I was like, I think during this scene, I'm going to cry. And she was like, oh, you're going to make yourself cry? And I said, no, I'm not going to make myself cry.
I'm going to respond.
Because I'm such an emotional person. I'm going to cry in this scene, and it's going to add to this scene,
Yeah. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Even, you're on stage; people may not even be able to see it, but
they'll hear my voice.
They'll hear your voice crack. There'll be like a resonance, and they'll be either like, "That dude is an amazing actor," or they'll be like, "I don't know what's going on, but I'm like moved."
Yeah, I'm moved by this.
When we get past Halloween and into like November and the run up to, then we need to talk about your stage show more. Okay. But it's Halloween. Let's stay spooky. All right. Hey, speaking of spooky.
That's funny. Same thing. I'm putting this up here since we're speaking of spooky.
Yeah, speaking of spooky, Halloween. Here we go. What's up with Bill Murray? Bill Murray faces an avalanche of new accusations. Damn it, heroes of my childhood. Stop being disappointing.
I know, man. I have heard so many times that Bill Murray is really just a bastard. And every time you kind of hear it over the years, over the decades, you've heard, oh, he's an asshole, or he did this asshole-ish thing. You kind of go, oh, he's a comedian. I'll give him a pass. Man, I don't know how many passes Bill Murray did. I love Ghostbusters, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But
oh my God. I put it in my list the other day.
Bill Murray can get. I've loved a lot of his movies, but even reading through this fucking article, it mentioned one of his lesser known movies that I absolutely love. And he was a bastard in that movie.
Really?
So,
oh, man. So first of all, we don't have any idea if this is true. This is an allegation from somebody being reported on by somebody else, and he may have had a settlement. Now, a settlement could be like, I did this and I'm paying you to shut up. Or it could be like, I didn't do this, but if we drag this through the media, like contracts and whatever. It's just cheaper to just pay you to shut up. So we don't know what the details are of any of this. So we have a story here from deadline.com, which, is news. It's real news. Mm-hmm. It's 100 out of 100. So it's real. It's real news. All right.
Of course. All right. Of course. It's 100 out of 100. Of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a new report from Puck this week alleges Bill Murray paid a $100,000 settlement to a much younger female crew member on the film Being Mortal, which Deadline first reported in April was being suspended due to a complaint being made against Murray for inappropriate behavior, which is a better reason to suspend a movie than killing your director on set. So the report alleges that Murray, 72, straddled the woman on set. He's 72.
God,
is he really straddling? Really?
My dad's 72, and he was having trouble getting up from the fucking car last night.
Okay, so I don't know. So you just read that, and this is the mental image that came to me. Maybe this female crew member was on her hands and knees running a wire or something, and Bill Murray was walking by with a cup of coffee and was like, haha, this will be funny, and stepped over her and pretended he was riding a horse. I bet that's what happened.
I think Bill Murray has that twisted sense of humor, because if you go on reading, it talks about Gina Davis in that movie Quick Change. Do you remember Quick Change? They were bank robbers, and he dressed up as a clown at the beginning.
Yes. No, hold on. That had who else was in that?
Gina Davis.
Was it a Belushi? Was it a Belushi? No, it wasn't a Belushi.
I don't know if it was Jim Belushi. There was somebody else.
I think I follow him on Twitter. I can't remember his name right now.
Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid.
Yes. Oh my God, guys! If you're not following, Randy Quaid on Twitter, you should, because that dude is crazy.
Cousin Eddie's my favorite. If you rub him on the belly, Clark, he'll love you till the day you die.
I'm gonna pull up Randy Quaid's Twitter just.
I used to have that as a radio station sweeper. It said my name, and it said, "If you rub him on the belly, he'll love you till the day you die." Oh, it said. It also said about Bill Murray. This article. It says that. Gina Davis also said that when they were doing a dual interview on the Arsenio Hall show, Murray was messing with her spaghetti strap on her dress the whole time. And then it goes on to say that Rob Schneider claimed that Murray absolutely hated the cast members of SNL at the time and wasn't nice. He hated Saturday Night Live. He said, seething hated. He hated Chris Farley with a passion. He hated Adam Sandler with a naked rage. Seth Green has spoken out for the first time about what he says was an altercation with Murray on SNL when he was 9, and Murray, who was guest hosting, would have been in his early 30s. Green was set to play a kid in a skit. He was sitting backstage watching TV when he says, Murray saw me sitting on the arm of this chair and made a big fuss about me being in his seat. And I was like, that is absurd. I'm sitting on the arm of this couch. There are several links of this sofa. Kindly F off. And he was like, that's my chair. Green says he refused. He picked me up by my ankles, said Green of Murray, and held me upside down, dangled me over a trash can, and was like, the trash goes in the trash can. And I was screaming and swung my arms, flailed widely, full contact with his balls. He dropped me in the trash can, and the trash can falls over. I was horrified. I ran away, hid under the table in my dressing room, and just cried. Lucy Liu last year said Murray started to hurl insults at her during rehearsal for Charlie's Angels. Some of the language Murray used was inexcusable and unacceptable. She stood up for herself. Richard Dreyfuss, Harold Ramis, Chevy Chase, and Chevy Chase.
Honestly, that story by Seth Green is pretty compelling. And if anything, I would take the word of Rob Schneider over every single one of them.
I would do. Me too.
So it sounds like Bill Murray is a complicated, tortured person that doesn't necessarily treat people nice. And it sounds like he's just another James Gordon. He's got his comedy show.
I'm just going to mention this, and we can talk about this some other time, so you don't have to put it in the news. But right off of that, if you'll look, scrolling about halfway down that story, if you'll look at number 6 over on the side, it says A Christmas Story Christmas teaser. Oh fudge! Peter Billingsley is back as Ralphie in HBO Max sequel.
Oh, really?
60-year-old Billingsley.
I have seen A Christmas Story. I know because I saw the lamp or the whatever. That's all. And there was the scene with the tongue. I think the tongue on the flagpole. Maybe that's all I remember about the movie.
Communist? You're a communist. I don't think I can do this show with you anymore.
I'm
serious.
It's not a movie that I've ever cared about watching. So, but I know about it, and I've seen it. I just
are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I've seen it, but like I saw it when I was like 8, and I was like, whatever. And ever since then, I have never been tempted to watch it again. Maybe I will. Hey, I don't getting into Christmas season. Maybe we can make this into a bit during Christmas season.
Okay.
All right. We got.
You pick the story because I got to talk in a minute.
Yeah. All right. Hey, this is fun. This is so fun. You're gonna love this.
No boy.
And YouTube is not. Hey, according to the Dossier Substack, so this is the Dossier Substack. It's not necessarily
of course they are.
News.
This is.
Hold on, hey, come on. You read the headline. You didn't let me do the thing. Hold on. According to the Dossier, which is produced by Jordan Satchel, an investigative journalist, the CDC will vote Thursday to permanently shield Pfizer and Moderna from COVID vaccine injury liability.
Why are they doing that, JJ? Maybe because fucking people are dropping dead.
Hey, whoa.
Let me go.
Allegedly, and not necessarily related to. Let me just go turn off YouTube. Shit. A CDC committee will convene this week and likely vote on Thursday to deliver permanent legal indemnity to Pfizer and Moderna through a process that of adding the drug company's mRNA injections to the child and adolescent immune schedules. That means that Pfizer and Moderna will no longer be able to be sued in a lawsuit if something bad happens. Instead, the liability for vaccine injuries will be transferred to the federal government's National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's nothing that smells wrong with this, is there? Oh, by the way, in a related story, Pfizer called me and dropped me out of the study. I think they closed their study early. So I was getting cash for being in the vaccine study, but as of like 2 days ago or as of yesterday, they closed the study, and I'm no longer being paid by Pfizer to be a guinea pig. So that's just full disclosure. So that's awesome. CDC, go CDC! You guys are amazing.
CDC, rock! You're rocking it.
Yes. Hey,
you got to protect. You've got to protect all of the major pharmaceutical companies in this country, because if we don't protect them from litigation, from just carelessly killing people, then they'll go out of business. And then what's going to happen, JJ? What's going to happen if the pharmaceutical companies go out of business? We will never get better. Because before pharmaceutical companies existed, humans did not use any type of medicine whatsoever. They don't teach you this in school. Humans just died. If you got a splinter or you got a cut, you just fucking died. I mean, humans did not use any sort of medicine, any plants or anything like that. So when the first man was like, I'm going to sell stuff, pharmaceutical, and so without the pharmaceutical companies, we would all die. So all you fucking hippies that are using essential oils and all these tinctures and you go outside and pick a fucking certain flower and chew it up and put it on bug bites and stuff. You people are crazy, loony poony. Do you buy any of that shit that I just said?
I don't know. All I know is this.
I'm being so sarcastic for anybody.
So many times,
all that shit.
So many times in my life where I had a little tickle in my nose and I looked up at the light and sneezed, and I very nearly died every single time. Very nearly. So, I mean,
I'm just pointing out the fact that humans have been on Earth for a long time, and we're not stupid. And it was actually, we're not stupid is the point of all this. A very smart man took all of this shit that people were doing and figured out how to mass sell it to all of us, and then we have been buying it ever since. I don't take aspirin when I get a headache, JJ. There's 2 ways that I get rid of a headache.
No?
How do you get rid of a headache?
Yeah.
When you have a bad headache, how do you get rid of one? Do you just go and take an ibuprofen or an aspirin or something?
I try. I honestly, in the last year, I even try not to take ibuprofen. Although occasionally I'm in such pain from something that my wife makes me, but I don't even try to take ibuprofen. I just, you do that little pinch on your hand thing.
There is a pressure point. I'm a big pressure point person. I've been taken to my knees by someone from a pressure point. I can't get this pinned right, but there is a pressure point about right here in your hand and your thumb. It's between, and you pinch it enough and you will feel it. And if you will pinch it to where it's feeling that tingle and you will massage it, your fucking headache will go away, dude. I don't take aspirin. We've got a jar of, what are you reading? I got a jar of white.
Trying to get us transition to the next segment.
Oh,
but I was
transition.
I was looking for a video quote because I know he says this stuff, but I only have the story. So you do the pressure point thing. I've tried that before, and I'm always just like, now my hand hurts.
You're not doing it right, then.
It's like right there in the middle, right, like that.
No, well, yeah, it's right in here somewhere. I mean, everybody's a little different.
Yeah,
when I was taking it was a keto, is what it was. We were standing around in this circle one time. This is a true freaking story. And the Aikido instructor, we were friends, we hung out afterwards. And she walked behind me and she did the fucking, I guess it was like the Vulcan neck pinch. We were standing around. She was walking, and I was just kind of standing there watching the demonstration in front of me of the 2 people doing sparring in front of me. And I'm sitting there watching. And she touched my shoulder. She didn't pinch or, it wasn't hard or anything. She did something to my shoulder. And I forgot I had knees. My knees to exist. I fell straight to the floor. My 2 buddies beside me started giggling and laughing, and they helped me up. And I asked her, I said, "What the hell did you do?" And she was like, she hit the pressure point up here just right. And it just made me, my knees just forgot that they were even there.
That's crazy.
Boom, to the floor.
I've never seen that happen in real life. It's only been Star Trek,
No, that really happened to me. I'm not making that up. That's
funny.
True. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
All right. So yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, let me go.
I'll shut up about pharmaceutical companies. YouTube's going to take us down.
Yeah, I'm going to get a strike for sure, especially talking about dead people. All right, so CDC. Legal indemnity, right? Remember that? Legal indemnity. But according to Oregon Live, now this is, I think, from Saturday, but they don't have a date on the page. President Biden has been going around campaigning for Democrats, and he's been highlighting Big Pharma and saying things like, this year, the American people won for the first time, and Big Pharma lost. Meanwhile, the Biden administration, the CDC...
Big Pharma lost? What the fuck? What is he talking about? We were forced to take a fucking vaccine, you dumb fuck. And they lost?
Yeah. Big Pharma lost. They lost not having billions and billions of dollars in revenue. They gained revenue. They gained. In fact, pharma is the only sector in the economy that's been up for the last 2 years. Yeah. So Joe Biden is hilarious with saying crazy shit, but hey, that's not all. Joe Biden is going around and promising to codify Roe v. Wade if Democrats win control of Congress. This is what Democrats are campaigning on. Democrats, and I know this because they're texting me. I posted this the other day, Deacon, and I should have. So I live in Texas. I don't know where did it go. I live in Texas, and 832-460-3595 texted me, and they said, Jason, we know it's time for common sense gun and safety reform. Will you vote for Democrats? And I said, I said, this number's on a federal do not call list. Also, send me your guns and I'll keep them safe for you. And then so normally it's a robot, right? So it's like text stop to opt out or something like that. Well, I texted my little snarky message and they said, somebody replied and said, I'm opting you out of texts immediately. Have a great day. And I said,
thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, I said, I'm going to have a great day in a couple of weeks. Red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert. So anyway, so Biden's out there campaigning. Biden and the Democrats are campaigning.
Win. This is going to cause so many votes, man.
They're campaigning on abortion. Like they're like, oh, people are so mad about Roe v. Wade.
Wouldn't you? I would. That's of course. When the Supreme Court overturned that, you knew that was the Democrats were like, oh, daddy, we've got to. We've got our main stage now, daddy.
Yeah,
they've been harping on abortion since before we were born, JJ.
Right.
This has been something that they have used since we were born, and it's going to be until we're well past when we're dead in the ground. Okay.
They love killing black babies. They love killing black babies. So they are all on this abortion stuff, man. And this is what they're campaigning on, and it doesn't connect. It's not connecting. I'm gonna tell you why. The people that care about this are like in their like middle age, 40s, a little bit older. Gen Z doesn't give one shit about this. They don't care. Gen Z doesn't care.
They want to be able to do what they want to. They want to be able to make decisions for their own, which I can't say that I don't blame them.
They don't care about Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, because none of them even know what the fuck that is. If you were to say Roe v. Wade, they would think it was a fucking UFC match coming up in fucking November. Roe versus Wade, I've never seen them fight. You know, right. So nobody knows anything about any of this shit anymore. All they hear is what they fucking read on Facebook or what somebody posts in a headline. Do you think people read the fucking articles and shit? They don't read the articles. They read the headline, and then they read that 14 font right there underneath the fucking headline, and that's it.
Yeah. So Joe Biden is on the campaign trail. Joe Biden and Democrats are on the campaign trail, and they're saying if you vote for Democrats for Congress and the House, they will codify Roe v. Wade, and whatever. And they propose the alternative is if you don't, then Republicans are going to national ban. There's only like 2 Republicans that are talking about national ban. Lindsey Graham is one of them. All the rest of the Republicans are like, no, we're not. We're not doing that. Kevin McCarthy has said, no, we're not. We're not doing that. And you know why? Because the Republicans campaigned against Roe v. Wade with the argument of like, that's a state's issue. Send it back to the states.
I had to look up this word because I didn't know if I knew the meaning of the word, and I didn't. Do you know what codify means?
Yeah, that means they're gonna. Okay, so Roe v. Wade was a ruling from the bench. It's not law, but it's a ruling on constitutional question, and it's treated as law until it's either overturned or until Congress passes a law. In order for Roe v. Wade to be, law, it would have to be codified. That means Congress, which had 50 years to do this, and they didn't do it. Congress would have to put a bill forward and then pass it in the House, pass it in the Senate, sign it on the desk, and then it would be actually codified as law, statute, or perhaps even a constitutional amendment, right? But that would be actual law. Short of that, it was just a ruling from the bench that's treated as law until it's overturned or until Congress passes a law.
All right. So basically, you see on my screen there, basically what Joe Biden says in this article, the headline of this article says, Biden promises to arrange in a systematic code, Roe versus Wade in January if Democrats win control of Congress. They're using a word and hoping that you don't know the meaning and that you will assign a meaning to it. Democrats, these uneducated idiots, don't know what the word codify means. They think that it means they're going to change it. It's going to be repealed. But Joe Biden did not say that. He said he's going to codify, however you want to say it. That means to arrange. unless it has
okay, with within okay, so within the context of legal frameworks or within the context of law, codify means that it is a bill passed and written such that it would be like a statute. If it goes to Congress, it'd be a statute, and then it would go into the federal code. It would be like USC, United States Code 2234.17 or whatever, and it would be actual law in the US code. That's what it would mean. Yeah, it'd be codified law. Anyway, that's not going to happen, and I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. There's no way that Democrats are going to win the House. That's not going to happen, and they might get the Senate. But they're not winning the House. It doesn't matter if you believe this story or not. What they're trying to do is get enough Democrats to vote that they can maybe take the Senate and then logjam Congress for the next 2 years. They have no intention of actually, and there's no way that they'll get through. There's no going to be any codified of Roe v. Wade, not in this Congress. And this Congress has been Democrat-controlled House, Democrat-controlled Senate, Democrat-controlled president. And did they codify Roe v. Wade? Did they do it in the last 50 years? No, it's not happening. You don't like that word. They didn't turn it into
only
law.
Means that in that situation. I don't like that. That word.
Well, that's because it's
restates in that situation. It means something else in every other fucking meaning of the word.
Yeah, I know. Basically, Roe v. Wade was law, but now it's not overturned, and they would turn it into law. That's what they're saying. Anyway, they're just trying to scare people. Yeah, right. They're just trying to scare people. Okay. So Joe Biden and the Democrats, Big Pharma, they're hurting Big Pharma, except by huge revenues, and also they're running on abortion. And now, what do actual people care about? Actual people right now, what do you care about? I bet you care about gas prices and the price of milk. I bet you care about the economy and your paycheck and your shrinking purchasing power. So Joe Biden is set to release another 15 million barrels of oil from the SPR to try to keep that gas price down until after midterms. That is what he is doing right now, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden, this is 10 hours ago from Axios.com. Axios, what's the Axios score? 100 out of 100 for sure. Biden to release 15 million barrels of oil in a bid to curb gas prices. This is after Joe Biden's failed attempt to go grovel on his knees in front of Khashoggi murderer MBS and the Saudis. The Saudis align with Russia and the other BRICS nations, and OPEC Plus is cutting production by 2 million barrels a day. Joe Biden goes over there and says, please don't announce this until after midterms, because the only thing he cares about is not getting destroyed in the polls and destroyed at the on voting day. Well, OPEC is said, whatever, we don't care about you. We're cutting production. The result is that prices are going up over $7 a gallon in California. So Biden is going to try to flood the market with 15 million barrels of oil to try to keep prices low long enough to
see what he said in California.
Oh yeah, do you get that? If you get that clip, throw me that link and I'll play that.
I just remember
I'll find it.
Seeing where he said gas has always been $5 a gallon.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole! Wow.
Yeah. Nobody believes that.
You're a prick. You're a dumb prick.
So
I can't believe people fucking wanted to vote for him.
Get this though. Releasing 15 million barrels of oil into the market is not going to substantially lower gas prices, but you know what it is going to do? Putting oil on the market means that anybody in the market can buy it. And so China will probably buy a bunch of that oil and then send it to send the revenues around that and redistribute it somewhere else. Yeah. So some of that money is going to go overseas to our adversaries, just like it did already. China has already bought some of the SPR oil. This is our strategic petroleum reserve for, in case we're in a war that Democrats start. Anyway, I'm just saying, Biden is totally corrupt.
Well, the best way to be in a war JJ, is to not technically be in a war, but still be in a war. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look,
Like,
I mean, I'm not
like to have two other countries in a war and you just kind of stay back.
Yeah.
I mean,
just keep
America
handing
doesn't have a
firecrackers to Ukraine.
America doesn't have a long track record that goes back, I don't know, 100 fucking years of doing this.
I am not only mad at Biden, I am also mad at Congress for, allowing this stuff to happen. Congress abdicated its war powers a long time ago.
Hey, in World War II, before Japan bombed us, we were completely neutral. We weren't selling anything to anybody for any cheap cost, and we weren't helping anybody. We were completely staying in our corner, not doing a word.
You're gonna make me pull up my my foreign policy map here. Let me get my foreign.
I saw your foreign policy map. That's pretty funny. I like that. I was like, oh, I bet all Texans do this.
Yeah. This is my official foreign policy map, guys.
If I lived in Texas, I would do this too.
Here it is. The Ukraine. This is not Texas. This is Russia. This is not Texas with poofy hats. This is Poland. It's not Texas. This is Belarus, northern, not Texas. Over here is Germany, not Texas, but related. We got a lot of Germans in Texas. Really? Here, this is Italy. It's not the Texas.
It's not the Texas. I didn't see
it's not the Texas.
Yeah, I saw the Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Istanbul, not Constantinople.
I was like, I love they might be giants. That was a great thing.
Yes. All right. That's my official foreign policy. Let them fight. I don't care.
Somebody else's map that had the United States on there, and it was like Texas fried chicken or something. Was Kentucky.
Yeah. There was one that had all of America as being different kinds of Texas. Okay.
That was Chess, Texas.
I saw this morning. This is from Issue Insights, and I'm trying to get through this quick because we got not
werewolf movies to talk about.
I know. So check this out. As midterms loom, voters prefer the GOP on border security, support building a wall. Oh, this is totally surprising, right? Which party would better secure the border? You got blue Democrats, red Republicans, not sure. Look at this. Overall, people a little bit prefer Republicans to Democrats on securing the border. Republicans prefer Republicans 91%. Democrats don't even support Democrats at 80%, and 9% of them support Republicans. And, same thing, conservatives, moderates, liberals. Even the liberals are like, Republicans a little bit better on this. There's a bunch of other issues like this too. Anyway, so I'm just saying that Democrats are running on the wrong issues. They're running on the wrong issues. All right, here's your Kari Lake. Oh, boy. This is Kari Lake. This is the hold on, I gotta shrink this down. I gotta do it again. This is Kari Lake. You brought this story in. This is tweeted by Jack Posobiec. If you follow Jack on Twitter, Jack is he's awesome. Promo code POSO. Okay, so this is Kari Lake. She's running for governor in Arizona.
Well, actually, I have to give you a tough one once in a while.
Pause it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't get the first part of this question. The reporter asked her about election denial, because right now, for folks that don't know, there are a lot of people that say that the election was rigged in some way. The presidential election between Trump and Biden was rigged, and there was some fake votes and something going on. So now when those people say we believe there was something rigged with the election, they are getting attacked by everyone, calling them election deniers and falsifying information and all that. So this is what these reporters are standing in front of.
So she's got like a bunch of reporters around her. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's been a journalist in Arizona for 20-something years.
Okay. So that means
she's trusted by people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they just asked her about election denials, and they didn't get this in the first of this. So start all over again when you can catch what she said at the very beginning.
I'm actually shocked you asked that question. Well, actually, I have to give you a tough one once in a while. I did a little. Actually, Anthony, how old are you?
Sorry, let me just set some additional context.
Yeah,
She's at apparently some event where she's got her supporters behind her, and they're holding a sign that says "Black Voices for Carrie." Okay. So this is some event where traditionally the Black demographic votes for Democrats like 95%, right? This is the first election season where they seem to be going like 12 or 13% for Republicans. That's unheard of. So she's at some event where they have Black Voices for Carrie.
20. Are you a journalist?
No.
Well, you did better research than half these people.
Burn.
Let's talk about election deniers. Here's 150 examples of Democrats denying election results. Oh wow, look at this. This is from Joe Biden's press secretary. Reminder, Brian Kemp stole the gubernatorial election from Georgians and Stacey Abrams. Democrats saying that. Is that an election denier? Oh, look at this. Just heard Republican Ryan Costello said it would be difficult for Stacey Abrams to win because she lost her state bid, but yet she's still claiming she never lost. This is outright. Hillary Clinton. Trump is an illegitimate president. Is she an election denier? This one says,
yes.
Was the 2016 election legitimate? It now definitely is a question worth asking. That's the Los Angeles Times. So it's okay for Democrats to question elections, but it's not okay for Republicans. It's a crock of BS. Every one of you knows it. We have our freedom of speech, and we're not going to relinquish it to a bunch of fake news propagandists. If you want a copy of these, I'm sure that Anthony would help you get a copy.
Watch her right here. Watch her. She's looking at Carrie back at Carrie's head. Come on.
Propagandists. If you want a copy of these, I'm
sorry.
Knows it. We have our freedom of speech, and we're not going to relinquish it to a bunch of fake news propagandists. If you want a copy of these, I'm sure that Anthony would help you get a copy and help you learn how to be journalists, but look it up. It's been happening for a long time. Since 2000, people have questioned the legitimacy of our elections. And all we're asking is that in the future, we don't have to happen anymore.
No shit.
When I'm governor,
no shit.
Excuse me.
No shit. This is not a new thing. We have been questioning this for 20 years, for 2 decades, when we have had technology boom. Because technology and the internet and all that shit really started to boom about when, JJ? About when? Yeah. We didn't have wireless technology.
Well, we are now able to share stuff, and we are able to what we're able to do is now step outside of the big 3 news networks that are they've been made dustbins of history, really.
That's what I've said about technology and music. I won't go off on a tangent, but I've said the exact same thing about music for decades. We have had to listen to what the same record company executives have had to tell us that we're going to listen to, and now we don't have that. We don't have to listen to what somebody's telling us to listen to. We have YouTube, and we have all these different things to find music. So let's get to our werewolf movies.
Yeah, let's do it. See, I'm setting aside some fat jokes. I'm setting aside a fat joke.
What is a werewolf, JJ?
What is a werewolf? What is a werewolf to you, Deacon?
A werewolf
to you. You go first.
Is someone who identifies as a werewolf.
Well, it's true. I'm not doing I'm not doing a wereperson joke this morning. No, do your story first.
You want to see my movie?
Do you want to see mine? Let's do right, paper, rock, scissors. Ready?
Okay.
Paper, rock, scissors to see who goes first.
All
right. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, you cheated. Okay, go. You go first.
All right. My werewolf movie is not my favorite werewolf movie because that one's coming up next week. Next week will be our last Werewolf Wednesday. So can this one is Werewolf Wednesday, The Return of the Wolf.
Werewolf 2.
All right, werewolf.
I tried to. I'll tell you. I struggled for title, and I was just
I needed that because my movie has 70 million sequels. My pick this week are the Howling movies, And the Howling movies
I didn't
came
know.
out in the early 80s. And I remember as a kid watching some of these movies and
Go bigger on the trailer. You know, like can you zoom in or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
let me start it all over again. I don't have. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
The Howling.
Turn it down just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So tell us about The Howling. Your favorite movie? Or no? This is not your favorite.
No, this is not. This is not my favorite. I don't even remember what the original here is about. Is that what's her name from the James Bond movies?
I don't recognize her.
Okay. I think it is. I think it's what's her name from the James Bond movies. But I don't even remember what the original freaking plot is. I remember seeing these Howling movies as a kid and these people turning. I think it was like the Howling 3 or the Howling 4 that I remember, where these werewolves live in this. These people live in this colony in like their own little area, and these people come in and they discover that they're living in like this werewolf village. But the way that they, like right here, the way they probably won't show it in the trailer, but the way that they transformed into the werewolves in these movies as they got, we're talking the early 80s. You've got to have an appreciation for that style of artwork.
The prosthetics and that.
Yeah. Kids today like that, and they're like, "Oh, that looks fake," right? But you got to have an appreciation for.
Well, it's not just that fake stuff. Yeah, it looked fake, but part of being in the movie was like you have to suspend belief for a little bit, and like, oh, it's fake. But if you suspend that, then you'll suspend the rest of the things that are bothering you, and you'll just be like, "This is great."
Yeah. So I mean, that's my pick. There she is.
So how many Howling movies are there? Oh my God, there's like 1, 2, there's 3, and then
there's like 8 or 9. I thought
there looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies in the Howling franchise.
Oh, that's where I know her from. She wasn't in the James Bond. She was in E.T. and Critters.
Yeah, Critters.
Okay, Critters. What a great. Okay. All right. There's my movie. There's the Howling.
All right, here comes mine. Now, this is not my favorite werewolf movie, but
next week
I'm gonna. This is a powerful werewolf movie, and I say that because I only watched it once way back. It's been 28 years, and there are still parts of it that I am just like, that was so striking and so interesting to me.
My pick next week.
I don't think so. My werewolf movie this week is 1994's Wolf, starring Jack Nicholson.
I've only seen this once as well. In the 90s.
This is such a cool movie because I'm going to turn the volume down. This is such a cool movie because, first of all, you got Jack Madman Nicholson just like chewing up the scenery. Like, watch him right here.
This was like prime Jack, man.
Here, let me get this. Look at that. So, I don't know. I don't remember exactly how, but he gets bit or something.
What year is this?
1994. I feel.
What year was Batman with
89? That was 89.
Oh, so this was after. This was 5 years after.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was prime Jack Nicholson.
So this is there's no makeup. There's no. Oh yeah, it does. There's no very little special effects makeup. Oh yeah, I'm just marking my territory. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about the play thing over there. I can't really do anything about that.
Is our stream still up?
Yeah, it's still up. So the one of the crazy things about this movie to me was they did stuff in the background to constantly make the movie feel caged, and this dichotomy between Jack, who I believe was a lawyer in a law firm. So he's in a big law firm, but the background of the film would have like pinstripe paper on the walls, or things like these rails along the side shot of this
brick.
Yeah, bars. So it constantly felt like caged, and the more he was becoming a wolf at night, like he was more wild. So it was this real dichotomy between a contained, like trapped life and a wild, like unleashed, just
that's cool,
ferocious animal. Oh, it's such a
that's cool.
Was
that's
such a crazy cool movie. Yeah. So if you haven't seen, now there was a scene there we saw like him like wolfed out, and it's basically like he's just a little hairy and it's got some fangs, but it's not like Underworld or Howling or anything like that where they're like straight turning into a rubber monster. It's more of a psychological exploration of the duality between modern man and in a primitive, more primitive form. Oh,
yeah. That's cool.
So that is, I like that. So that's my werewolf movie this week.
Good pick, dude. That's a good one.
So last night I was so tired and I was struggling. I was like, is there some way? And by the way, James Spader is in this movie. James Spader is.
I wanted to say that a second ago. Yeah. Is that who he was pissing on?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Man, that looks like James Spader, but you paused it, and his face really. When you paused it, I was like, no, that's not him. I'm not even going to say it because he was a big '80s actor too, man. James.
Oh my god! I mean, Stargate, bro.
But he ended up being the voice of Ultron. He's the voice of Ultron in the Marvel movies.
Yeah. And he was on a show Blacklist for a couple years on NBC.
Yeah, he was on The Office. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so that's my werewolf movie this week. So last night I was struggling. I was like, I want to have a good title for Werewolf Wednesday instead of Werewolf Wednesday. And I tried to come up with a way to be like, is your wolf like spayed or neutered? And I was like, it's not gonna work. So I gave up.
It didn't work. Good. So, nice pick.
All right. Favorite werewolf movie next week, guys. And by the way, you guys submit your werewolf movies too. If you are on Discord, you can shoot us messages on Discord. And if you are not on the Discord, the way to get there is to make sure to go to rumble.com/JJW, join our locals channel. That's jjwlocals.com. There's a link to the Discord on the right. And not only that, I am posting right now I already posted the links to the stories that we did today. And I pledge to you, unless I don't do it, to continue to do that. I'm going to continue posting the links to the stories we cover on our locals post underneath the thing, right? In the comments. So,
that's right.
Like, share, subscribe.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. If folks are in the Discord, if they want to, look at that hair.
I'm sorry.
If they want to go to the Discord
this is my
favorite werewolf movie, we'll list favorite werewolf movies next week. So like tag me or tag JJ in there so that we see them.
We got do that. Well, maybe we'll set up a little post for it or something. No, you can't have the Constitution. That's Daddy's Constitution. Hey, do you can say hi to Uncle Jeremy and I should let her hold the Constitution here. You can hold it. Yeah, you have it. All right. That's all we got this morning, guys. I don't know. You got anything left, Deacon? I think that's it. Oh, you guys want a fat joke? Hey, let's go out on a fat joke. It'll be funny.
Oh, okay.
Have a sense of humor already. This is a Twitter post from Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz. This is a Mercedes-Benz advertisement on Twitter.
I'm on stage. I don't think I've been. I am Mercedes, and my confidence is my power.
Mercedes-Benz the cars.
I feel most confident when I'm on stage. I don't think I've been more comfortable doing anything in my life. I will use my voice, and I'm gonna shine.
Oh, okay. I don't know how that sells a car, but I do know that the comments are brutal. Tell Mercedes to go on a diet. This is the best BMW campaign I've ever seen.
Let me tell you. Can I say something? Yeah. This was terrible to go out on. I was the fat kid, dude. I was a fat kid my entire life. I have lost.
I'm not making.
Oh, I know, but these people that make these jokes, man. You don't know how. I still have a problem to this day. I will look at myself and I took off my shirt and I'll be like, man, I'm fat. And Ashley will be like, oh my God, no, you're not. And I'm like, you don't understand that the mental process too, you know?
I'm not making fun of her, really.
Oh,
they
no,
are
no,
a little
no,
bit, but
are.
what is Mercedes-Benz doing? Why is Mercedes-Benz?
What the freaking?
I'll tell you what it is.
Stupid.
This is body positivity movement. It's the Lizzo stuff. You know Lizzo.
I'm all about
who Lizzo is?
I'm all about body positivity, man. I want people to like who they are, and I don't think that you need to hate yourself just because of some bullshit in society. Right now in society, it's just this point in history. You know, it's just this stupid point in history in which we live is making all these people feel like shit all the time. And I hate that, man. I hate it. That's just
my real kind of thing to highlight here is not the fact that Mercedes-Benz made a video. Nobody cares about that. No, I'm sorry. Mercedes, whatever her name, made some video. It's Mercedes-Benz, the car company, is using her to be a shield to be able to do, you know, and you can't criticize us because, you know, body positivity.
Because we
you're not allowed to say anything. Yeah. So, you know, like that's, like this is weird stuff that people are doing nowadays, man. Mm-hmm. So anyway, the Twitter response to Mercedes-Benz, not some girl named Mercedes-Benz, the Twitter response has been kind of brutal. Bad. Yeah, all right. So, and then this is Randy Quaid on Twitter. If you're not following Randy Quaid, go follow Randy Quaid. He's crazy. This dude, this is the guy from, what was that movie? That Gina Davis movie with Bill Murray. Quick Change. Yeah. Well, Quick changed it too. Quick.
Oh no, you're trying to use okay.
He's retired.
He went crazy. Remember, he went a little nuts.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he's nuts.
All right.
I gotta go. Hey, I got 20 seconds.
Bye, everybody. Good morning. Oh, I'm supposed to do the thing. Here we go. Outro.